If you're in sales, I think you want to click away from this video right now, because today we'll be talking about salaries, especially to salespeople. I will be talking about how you as a leader deals with your salespeople when they come and say, "Hey boss, I just negotiated this $1 million deal, give me a raise." Does that sound familiar? Do you know what to do? It's quite difficult, right? Because after all, you feel that the revenue to the company is actually coming from the salesperson. So when they come and say, "I did this huge job, give me more money," how are you going to respond? Somewhere inside it actually seems fair, doesn't it? But it isn't. And if you're a manager dealing with salespeople, you need to know how to talk with them, how to make them understand that they're not necessarily God's gift to the company. I'm Frederick. I'll tell you how to deal with this. I've been helping people and businesses for 25 years all over the world. I'm building this channel because I can help you grow stronger. Subscribe, and I'll tell you how to deal with these salespeople who have extreme expectations to their own salaries. I make you stronger. First of all, when you hear these arguments from salespeople saying that I want more salary because look at all the things I'm getting home for the company, your first thought is like, hell no, you're not going to get more money because you're already paid well enough. But don't get into that discussion. Don't fall into the argument of starting a fight or just saying no. You need to understand that the salespeople are, of course, a vital part of your company. So they have to feel motivated. They have to feel part of their company. So you can't just ask them to get out of your office and sell some more, right? You have to deal with them. And dealing with salespeople, that can be a tough situation because salespeople are skilled negotiators. That's their job. So they'll have everything ready when they come to you. They'll say, "Okay, I have done all this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Give me more money." And it doesn't work like this, because if you only give them more money, what about the rest of the people? So you have to deal with this. You have to find a way of explaining to the salespeople, you know what? Thank you very much, but listen to me. When you start talking to them, make sure that they know the mechanics of an organization. Make sure that they're with you. And in order for them to understand the mechanics or the value chain of your company, sit with them and fire off a series of who questions to see maybe you can help them start understand that they're not the only ones who are God's gift to the company. So I would suggest start saying, who is responsible for you having products to sell in the first place? And if they didn't give you good products to sell, would you be a great salesperson? Question number one. Question number two, salespeople, they want to sell. So in the sales situation, they say, yeah, of course we can do this and we can do it tomorrow. You know what? We can do it yesterday. No problem. Just give me the order. And then they come home with this and you can start asking, fine, you want to raise, but who are actually delivering on the promises that you give your customers, that you give our customers? Who are the ones having your back, making sure that everything that you tell to secure the order is actually being delivered on time? Who are they? And you can move on, right? Because there's also this one. So fine, you get $1 million order. Who's making sure that that $1 million is actually coming and hitting our accounts? Who's making sure that the money comes even though the customer don't pay in the first end? Is that you? No, it's not you. Somebody else, fine. So fine, you get the signature, but you didn't get the money actually. Finance has to go and get the money. Continuing, who's making sure that you get your salary on time? Who's making sure that if you get sick, then you actually have a healthcare plan, that somebody is actually allowing you to leave your job so you can get well soon? Who are all these people? Who are the people that make sure that you have rights in your organization? Who are the people that make sure that you do have a career path? I think if you start asking the salespeople all these questions, I hope they'll start to understand that, oh yeah, maybe it's not only me who's necessary in this organization, because the whole organization is one big ecosystem. And if you want to corner the salespeople saying, hey, I made this big sale, give me more money, you need to make them understand that fine, and it's very important and necessary that they make the money. But if they didn't have the whole organization behind them to rely on, nobody would make money. He could sell an order, but you wouldn't have any organization to deliver the order. So after the first order, if you're lucky to get some money, you'll never get the rest of the money. For me, this is one of the parts that you need to discuss with the salespeople. You need to take this with them so that they understand, yes, it's important what they do, but the rest of the organization is equally important. Before ending this one, I'll give you my thoughts on salary negotiations in general. Because at some point in your career, you will have to do salary negotiations where you're the one who's the boss, where you're the one saying, no, I cannot give you more money. And should you blame the management, or should you take the responsibility yourself? Is it cool just to point your finger and say, hey, it's not my fault, it's somebody else's fault? Or should you say, you know what, this is my decision? I would say yes and no. In some instances, it is okay to blame, budget constraints, higher decisions that saying we're not going to give salary increases or we don't have money to do it. This is fine. This is an explanation that most people can understand. However, if it is your choice, if you have said A, he's not going to get as much as B because B is doing a better job, you have to own up to it. Don't chicken out on this one. Don't make excuses and say, no, it's not, and it's somebody else. It's for sure not. You are the manager. You are the one taking responsibility for what you're telling your employees. So if you make a decision not giving a raise or a salary to a specific person, you have to own up to it and you have to tell them, that is my decision. And let me tell you why you're not getting a raise, or let me tell you why you're not getting more. And I would say if you are to be taken seriously when you start explaining people why they're not getting a raise, you have to make sure that everybody, they have a job description. And even saying the word job description makes me tired. But job descriptions, even though they're boring to make, are extremely important, because this is where you can tell the people that you work with, you see, this is what I expect from you. These are your targets. These are the job areas that you're supposed to do. And here, and here, you didn't live up to it. And this is the reason that you're not getting the salary increase that you're waiting for. It's very difficult to have that discussion if you do not have job descriptions. So before even taking the management position, make sure that everybody that you have to work with, everybody that you will encounter in some salary negotiations at any point in time, they have job descriptions and clear targets, because when they have that, even throughout the year, you can work with them and say, hey, you're not reaching your targets. Let me help you. At the end of the year, if they're still not reaching, saying, no, I didn't get your rate increase because all the things we discussed here, you didn't meet them. You didn't do it. A quick Monday madness about sales salaries and salaries in general. You know what? You should give this a smash like, because I know you learned something. I know you grow stronger. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. It's my job to make you grow stronger in business and life. Check in back soon. These videos are coming weekly. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care until next time.